Of Adam's clasp. Adam's clasp is commonly used in orthodontics. It's one of the most retentive clasps commonly used. This Adam's clasp is also called as Liverpool clasp and universal clasp. First, the necessary armamentarium required to make Adam's clasp. We have the Adam's plier. This is the Adam's plier. You have two square beaks in this plier. Next is your universal plier. You have an indelible marking pencil and you have a heavy wire cutter, a 21 gauge wire and the model. You should mark the buccal cusp tips of the maxillary first molar. Okay. From the buccal cusp tips, 1 mm mesial on the mesial side and distal on the distal sides, you can draw one perpendicular line which is going to mark your undercuts, the line angles of the tooth. So you are going to place your Adam's clasp on these undercuts along the line angles, mesial and the distal line angles. Now, we'll start with the wire bending proper. Adam's clasp has three parts: the bridge, the arrowhead and the retentive arm. Now, first you need to mark the length of the bridge on the wire. The bridge will span exactly just 1 mm mesial and distal to the cusp tips. Now, after having marked the length of the bridge, take your Adam's plier. You hold the Adam's plier tightly, firmly, and give a 90-degree bend on both the sides. Now, having formed the bridge, the next step is you start making the arrowheads. Now, the arrowhead should be roughly 1/2 to 2/3 the height of the clinical crown. Okay, so approximately you need to mark the height of the arrowheads, which will be about 1/2 to 2/3 of the total clinical the total inciso-cervical length of the crown. Once having done that, you start making your arrowheads. Give a 90-degree bend initially, and then you can continue this and make the arrowhead in a closed V-shaped arrowhead. Here we have completed the formation of the arrowheads. As you can see, they'll resemble a closed V shape. Okay. Once this is done, you need to give a 45-degree bend to the bridge. This 45-degree bend is given to ensure the arrowheads engage the undercuts as well as the bridge is away from the buccal surface of the tooth. You can check the 45-degree bend by looking at it this angle. Once this is over, the next step is giving a $1 million bend. Okay, this is the most important bend in an Adam's clasp, the $1 million bend. Just hold the arrowhead half away below the bridge, hold it tight, give a bend downwards and then straighten it. The same way on the other side, hold the arrowhead halfway below the bridge and bend it downwards and then straighten it. So, $1 million bend. Now, adapt it on the tooth surface. The arrowhead should engage the undercuts. The bridge should be away from the buccal surface of the tooth. Now we form the bridge. Your arrowhead is over. The next step is you need to